What's up guys, this is FazeR, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple but productive Minecraft mob spawning sort of grinder thing. I'll show you guys what I mean when I get into the video. This is basically just a mob spawner where the mobs sort of just fall to their death and you pick up all the items they leave behind. Now it will look a bit crazy when I first load in, but I'll explain everything. Obviously, as you can see, it's a little bit crazy. But I've done this on super flat and on creative mode just for the purpose of doing a tutorial on it. But obviously in survival mode you would need to light up like caves and stuff, but I'll explain all that in a moment. So if we just fly up here for a moment, you can see I've got this square of what's it called, glowstone, this square of glowstone around here, and then I've got these black lines of obsidian, and what that basically means is from the very center of our spawner collector point here we can go out 24 blocks either way and no enemies will spawn within that distance. So 24 blocks all around really. I've just done a cross, but it applies for diagonally as well. And then for after that up to like 144 from the center, so you've got 72 this way and 72 that way. They won't spawn for the first 24 blocks, but then after that they'll spawn for up to the 72. So you've got to basically light up the whole area, and the reason I've put water everywhere as well is because I'm on super flat. A lot of slimes spawn, but obviously slimes don't spawn in the water, so that's why I've watered everything. And because this produces endermen, and because obviously they teleport away from water, as soon as they get near the water in my spawner they teleport out and they teleport onto some of these blocks, but then they fall into this water, which obviously damages them, and they do slowly kill themselves off. And obviously the reason I've lit it up is because at night time we don't want the mobs spawning too close to our spawner, otherwise it will slow down our production rate. So as you can see, I've got some items here while I've just been talking, and the mobs are falling on top of my head. Now if you were to do this on survival mode, obviously you would have caves all around your area and stuff. So if you can get, I don't know why that spider survived, sorry, let me just try and take care of that. If you can try and make sure you do it above water, like if you've got quite a big area of water, that would be a good idea if you're doing it on survival, because then obviously, like I said before, the slimes won't spawn, endermen won't spawn, and more mobs won't spawn in the water, so it's not as hard to try and light the area up. And if there's any caves underneath, you're going to have to probably light those up for like a good 70 odd blocks. But that's really just like, that's something you're going to have to do if you're on survival. So ideally you want to build it quite high in the sky and above water. That's like the best way you can possibly build it. But I'm gonna, I'm sure a lot of you probably know stuff like that. If you don't, then that's a general idea of what you have to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the inside of the spawner, and it is a very simple spawner. That's why I've decided to do a tutorial on it, because it's not hard to make at all. I'm just going to get some glowstone out so you guys can see what I'm doing up here. It's not hard to make at all. It's very, very simple, and I'm placing grass there. As you can see, if I just light this area up really quick, I've got 4 pads in here. All of them are 8 by 8, so you've got 8 along and 8 deep, and then you've got 4 waterways in the middle that form a cross shape, and that's obviously 8 long as well. Because water, if you place a source block here, it will travel, including the source block, it will cover 8 blocks. So you want it to cover 8 blocks and then stop on the edge, which pushes the enemies off of the edge out of the spawner, which obviously forces them down to their death. Now it's very easy to make. Like I said, you only need to make it 2 or 3 high. I've made it 3 high, but it doesn't really need to be 3 high. It depends what sort of mobs you want to spawn in here. And as you just saw there, spiders can climb up out of the water, but it's very rare that they actually do. So you can just leave it at this. If this is like something simple like you want, then you can just leave it like this. But I decided I want to make mine a little more productive. And as you'll see, there's enemies dropping out of there and dropping out of there. And all I've done is built exactly the same system up here. So if I just go up here, I can show you guys, if I light this room up really quickly as well. I've got exactly the same room as you've just seen before. So you've got 4 pads that are 8 by 8 and then 4 waterways to form a cross shape that are 3 wide and a 3 by 3 hole in the middle. But instead of falling to their death this time, they fall to an 8 long waterway here, which pushes them down into one of these waterways, which inevitably forces them out to their death again. Now you can make this as big as you like, so I've obviously expanded mine for 1 room there and 1 room this side also. I'll go up and show you that one just so you guys can see it is exactly the same as well. So once again, we've just got our 4 spawner pads and our 4 waterways, and like I said, endermen can spawn in here, but they will try and fall off the edge and then just teleport out, and sometimes they go on top, which you can't really do much about, but majority of the time they go down the bottom and they end up falling into the water and killing themselves anyway. So obviously, as I've got my central room down here and then I've expanded it 1 either side, you could obviously then expand again. You could go up here, dig a hole out of there, make that same 8 space waterway that I've made here, and then build another room on top of that, and you could really make it as big as you like. but I've just gone for this size for the purpose of the tutorial because this is a pretty good size and it is still quite productive. It doesn't really need to be any bigger than this, depending on how many items you want, but this is really a good size and it's good enough for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and destroy the glowstone here so that when I go back down you guys can still see it in action, and obviously the mobs won't stop spawning. So I'm just going to go ahead and destroy these really quick, and we'll go back down now. And as you can see, the mobs are still spawning in. They're going to have slowed a little bit because I'm in here, so because I'm quite close they'll stop spawning. But obviously while I've been there you can see quite a number of items have dropped down here. So like I said, it is quite productive and it is obviously very simple to build, and the enemies are still dropping now as we speak on my head. Obviously this collection point is really bad because if I jump in to get items and I'm on survival, enemies will fall on me and it will cause me damage and stuff. But I mean, you can make, like, if you make, like, say a room underground to collect this, and you could make like a piston point that will push the items into a water flow or something. Like, I mean, that's really up to you guys what you want to do with that. I just made this one quite simply for the tutorial. Now at night time it's not the most productive, but like I said before, that is because enemies will spawn in the dark, and I've tried to light up as much of the area as I really can. Like, I didn't really want to go more than that because it took me a long time to actually light all this up and put all this water in here as well. And some enemies do still spawn in the dark, so it's not that productive at night time. But obviously if you're on survival you'll probably be sleeping at night time anyway, and it's definitely productive enough in the daytime for what you're going to need for arrows and stuff like that, and bone meal. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll take you in for one more look just in case you want to build this. If you want me to make a proper tutorial on how to build it, like step by step, just leave in the comments, and if there is sort of a high enough demand for it, then I will make a tutorial on how to build this. But this is pretty much it. Like I said, you've got the 4 8x8 pads and the 4 3 length waterways, 3 wide waterways that are obviously 8 long, as well as these. And it's just pretty much a square room with just these 4 8x8 blocks in, and the rest is water. And you'll know you've got it right if all the water stops and leaves a 3x3 hole in the middle. That's pretty much it. And then you just sort of, obviously don't leave glowstone in there because otherwise the enemies won't really spawn. But then you just build something like that, obviously extend it out as many times as you'd like I showed you before, and just wait for the enemies to fall to your death and just keep collecting your items. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please give it a like and maybe subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and stuff when FIFA 14 comes out, Grand Theft Auto 5 I'll be making videos, probably Call of Duty Ghosts I'll be putting up some videos, anything you guys want to see I'll be making videos for, really. I have no preference on, really, like, there's no games I really don't like to play, so any games I play I'll probably make videos on. But yeah, if you enjoy my content, leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel maybe, follow me on Twitter, there'll be a link in the description for that. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So guys, if you're still here, thanks for watching that last video. And there's 2 more videos here of mine that you can watch. If you'd like to click the link on the left, that'll take you to the first episode of my Let's Play series. And if you'd like to click the link on the right, I'm giving away 100,000 coins on FIFA 13 Ultimate Team, because I don't really want to play it anymore. So any of you who play Ultimate Team on FIFA 13 and would like to get your chance at winning 100k, just go ahead and load that video and leave a comment with your gamer tag in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe by clicking on the link in the top right hand corner, and you can follow me on Twitter by clicking the link that is in the description. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.